When you go into that scenario and you're finally on stage and it's over, how do you take it in? How do you enjoy that moment? How do you make that juice worth that squeeze? Or is it something that you just treat as part of the job, like, right, it's done, move on to the next thing? Or do you allow yourself the time to kind of enjoy a good performance?
Yeah, I'll try and enjoy it as much as I can afterwards. I think I speak for any battle rapper when they finished a battle, especially in a well anticipated one. The immediate feeling is a lot of relief, and you kind of feel about 10, 20 kilograms lighter after you've finished. When you've done a good performance, it's a very weird sensation, and simultaneously you'll lose all energy that you've had throughout the whole course of the day, and you'll just be completely zapped. And that happens to me a lot. The amount of times where I could have just stayed out and celebrated a good win over the last couple of years, and I've just been so tired that I've had to go home. It's a very weird feeling, but obviously, like you said, there's a lot of pressure and there's a lot of anticipation. And when you're a main event, for example, my last 5 battles have been main events, so I'm always performing towards the end of the night. So I've got to kind of keep my morale and my mood and my energy up as high as I possibly can in the build up to it. So then obviously when you get to a venue at 12, 1 o'clock and you're performing at 5, it takes a lot of energy out of you to maintain that level for a long period of time. So after the battle's done, it's kind of like, and then you just feel like all the air's just been taken out of you. But it's very good to, I love it after a good performance when people come up to you and say, like, that was amazing, or you killed it. And that's kind of like what you do it for, because it's very rewarding to hear that off fans. The reaction during the battle's great, but that bit afterwards, when they actually make a conscious effort to come up to you and get a picture with you, and that's what the majority of battlers do it for, and it's a good feeling. I do try and enjoy it as much as I can. Like if I feel like I've had a great battle, then I'll want to watch it back as soon as possible, just to see how it gauges on camera as opposed to in the room. But then after that, it's just kind of, I say this, but I can never do it. I always say to myself, right, I'm going to just take a whole week off now and not think anything battle rap. But it's very hard. It's very hard to do. And when you do it as well, sometimes you kind of switch off from it too much, and then when you have to get back into it, it takes you a lot longer to get back into it again. So I'm at a stage now where I'm just constantly ticking over with what's
like
next.
A gym addict, my friend. That's exactly the mentality they have, where it's, hey man, when's your last rest day? I got to think about that now. It's like, well, you're supposed to have rest days. I know, but I was supposed to do a rest day, but I went for a run. I just had to go for a run. I got to keep sharp. I'm in a zone now. And this is why I think it's interesting that you put it in that term, because you're in a zone, you're in a groove right now. And it's a general one. It's not something that you're razor focused on all the time, but there's a general focus that you have that you can apply. And you want to stay in that, because you know how hard it was to get in that fucking zone to begin with. And you also know how easy it is to segue into something else and be like, this is kind of comfy. I like it here. And then when the time comes, right, now you need to get back in that zone, fuck, now I've got to somehow rekindle that original motivation, build up momentum, get back up to speed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I think aside from a couple, every battle I've had over the last 2 years has been a mega battle, like, and they just considerably got bigger and bigger in terms of the occasion, and that in itself takes a lot of energy out of you. So I worked out that I've either prepped or done a battle every 8 weeks for over 2 years now, which is mental. Like, it's crazy, kind of a statistic that kind of baffled me when I sat and wrote it down. But yeah, I do feel like you've got to have a rest as a battler, because you've got to kind of reset your creative sources and stuff, and it's very hard for you to consistently be pulling haymaker out of your your brain when you're when you're in that kind of state of mind. So I've got quite a bit. I feel like I've got quite a bit of time free after this Yunnan battle. So hopefully I'll be able to like reset a little bit.
I mean, I'm going
But
to
then it
point
doesn't.
out that the man says he's in his zone. I saw those pictures of you in Dubai or Saudi Arabia. I saw them. You want to tell me that that was part of a battle rap preparation? You playing golf and girls and the nice club? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You were living large and making no apologies for it. I mean, champ shit, fine. But
I'm
what
just trying
part of
to
your
think if
battle
I had
prep was
any.
that about, huh?
I'm trying to think if I had any if I was reciting any bars while I was over there. What date did I go there? September. September. That was. Oh yeah. So right, that holiday. I booked that holiday as my escape for a week after I battled Thesaurus at Apex. That's why I booked it for that. That it was the Saturday. It was the Wednesday. I went on the Wednesday after I would have battled Thesaurus for the first time.
Okay.
So I was prepping in the build up to it. So I probably had. I think the battle got cancelled about 5 days out. So yeah, I probably had a week off and then the holiday and then came back to find. My flight for New York was booked while I was in the airport flying to Dubai, so I was still in battle mode because I had to prep for Oppa whilst on holiday. Yeah, it doesn't stop.